Ultramarathon runner Shan Riggs is attempting to be the first to run the 3,000-mile East Coast Greenway from Key West to Canada, alongside his partner Josh Grant, who is transporting their supplies on a bike trailer. He is running to raise awareness and funds to support the East Coast Greenway. I joined him on his run via a video call to connect and catch up. Yes, I officially get to say I ran with Shan.
Let's go ahead and get on with our conversation. I'm so excited to be running with Shan Riggs, like actually, literally running with you. Granted, I'm in Owasso, Michigan. Where are you at, Shan?
I am in Maryland. I'm in kind of a suburb of Annapolis. And today I'm going to finish, and someone's given us a place to stay in Annapolis.
Awesome. Very cool. So let's talk for a moment here about where you're running, why you're running. East Coast Greenway. How green is it? I've always just wanted to ask you that. How green is this?
Well, it's pretty green right here. I'd say, it started April 16th in Key West. It's a lot of cities, but it's been hot and it's been pretty green.
Pretty hot, pretty green. 3,000 miles. I don't know if some people probably don't walk that far in their life. Now of course, there are people who walk the walk, but you run it. You are running it. Why are you running? Give us a story about why you're running these 3,000 miles.
Yeah, so I guess it starts in maybe 2020. So for years I've done like multi-day runs in order to raise money for a variety of charities in different places around the globe, with my biggest being in 2020, where I ran across the United States from San Francisco to Connecticut with Food Share, which is a part of Feeding America. And then we were kind of looking for what would be the next big thing like that. And my partner Josh, she recommended the East Coast Greenway. So he pointed out to me that the Greenway at 3,000 miles is the same distance as going across the country from west to east, which I didn't realize. When you look at a map, that Key West to Canada is about the same as from the west coast to the east coast. And no one had ever run it before. There have been people that have biked it. It's a multi-use biking trail that connects all these 15 states, 450 cities. And so I'd worked with the East Coast Greenway a little bit for some races we'd organized in Connecticut. And so I called them and said, this is the thing we're planning to do. We want to do it to raise awareness, to raise money for the East Coast Greenway Alliance, which is the small nonprofit that's helping to organize these trails. So yeah, it's 3,000 miles trails. About 1,000 of it is connected trail, and then the rest of it is a variety of roads mostly, which is why I had to pause when we first got on the line, because some of these areas are busy roads that are still a work in progress. Which is part of the point of our story, is we want people to realize that the trail is here to be used, but it also is a work in progress and needs the support of the communities that it goes through for funding and just to make it a safer place for pedestrians and cyclists and all that sort of stuff. And so,
right, yeah.
So that's kind of the point. And now I'm over halfway there, and we're making our way north.
That is amazing. It just blows my mind. Not only have you run the whole length of this country from west to east, but now from south to north. Wow, yeah. What an incredible accomplishment.
You really feel like you see the country when you can see it on foot. Now I've done it in a variety of ways, including from west to east and now south to north. So it's you get appreciation for the place. This is a lot different than my 2020 run, in that that run was very remote. You're in deserts and mountains and cornfields,
right?
And then here it's a lot of cities. There still is a lot of remote areas, especially through Virginia. There were a few times when we really didn't see very many towns. But for the most part, it's like it is here, as you could hear from the traffic. I mean, I'm in a busy suburb right now, but it's still nice. There's still a trail here that I'm running on. And I like both. Yesterday was really cool. We got to go through DC, and it goes right down the mall. So we got to go see all the monuments and everything. And we'll go through Manhattan and just pretty much every major city on the Eastern Seaboard. We'll go right through the middle. So it's way different than going from west to east, but it's got its own charms.
I would imagine. Now, what is the most number of miles you've run in a day, and then the least number that you've run on this trek?
So averaging about 40, with the longest being around 50. I did take one rest day. I'd fallen and busted my knee, so I've been limping pretty badly on that knee. And so I took one rest day, and on day 30, whatever we were on that day, Georgia or something, South Carolina maybe. And the lowest running day, I think, is around 30. So it all depends on where we can find a stay. So we're staying in a variety of sometimes hotels, sometimes like Airbnb. And then a lot of times, like tonight and tomorrow night in Baltimore, people are giving us like their guest room or a place to stay because they hear what we're doing, or they support the Greenway, or they support cyclists that come through. So it's been fun in that we've met a lot of different people that have helped us along the way.
Wow, that is absolutely incredible. So much variety in terms of your experiences, both what you're seeing, people you're meeting. It's like just an incredible journey. Now, as incredible as it is, and be very honest, are there days where you're like, yeah, I don't feel like running today?
I feel like every morning I typically set the alarm for 4:30 a.m. because I'm trying to get out the door at first light to take advantage of the cooler temperatures in the morning. We've been dealing with a lot of 90 plus degree days and full humidity. So it's been so humid that I basically just feel like I've just jumped out of the shower or just jumped out of a pool or something. My fingers are always pruny. Today's not quite as bad. Today's a nice day. It's in the 80s. And the humidity is not as bad. So we're finally working our way out of the kind of the deep south where hopefully it won't be quite as humid, but we'll see.
Wow. And how is it in terms of, I know, let's talk about eating. Running is awesome. Eating, I enjoy eating. Now, when I was in cross country, way back in high school, it was eat pasta, run faster. And that was the thing. But what about you? What about your diet on the run? What are you eating?
This is a little different than that because I'm running day after day, all day. And so the food is really focused around recovery. So tons of protein and like good fats. Carbs will come because I'm just eating a lot. Everything that I can stomach. It's usually around 5,000 calories a day. And I mostly eat meals, so I don't like to do gels or that kind of stuff because it's just too much sugar after a while and it's just gross. So I stick to like regular meals and just eat lots of, especially at night once we're done. Have a huge like 2,000 calorie dinner, and then during the day it's kind of whatever I can stomach or whatever we can find. So unfortunately it's a lot of gas station food.
Right. I
had Burger King today, probably the first time in maybe 20 years, maybe 30. They have Impossible burgers now, which that was kind of nice, but it's still kind of not really my thing. But it is high calorie, and it digests quickly, if not easily. So,
right.
So during the day, that's helpful. But at night, hopefully I can get like vegetables and good proteins and that sort of thing. Because during the day, I'm kind of scrounging for whatever I can find on the road.
So Now, we've been talking for just not long, and already I'm like, whew, I'm a little winded. Your days of running all day, every day, is it just like walking? Is it just like breathing for you at this point?
I think there's a little bit of that. I mean, I've been doing ultramarathons and then really long things for a long time. So you do have to get used to. If I was huffing and puffing at an 8 or 9 minute mile, I would never make it. You know, if you're just like all the time, you couldn't do that all day, every day. So I've gotten used to being able to just sort of run. Now, having said that, the constant pounding causes problems. My feet hurt, my joints hurt. I've luckily, I'm not too sore in the morning every day, and that's kind of why I like about 40 miles a day. Is it's enough where it's hard, but I have time enough at night to sort of recover enough that I can do it again the next day.
So when you're not running or sleeping, are there like I would imagine a lot of Epsom salt baths and that kind of thing, or no?
No. If I stretched and did rolls and massages, that would take up my whole day. So I never did much of that stuff, and I'm glad I don't have to spend a lot of time. So basically, no, I don't do any of those things.
Wow. Well, you are an inspiration to so many. You're an inspiration to me in my used to be a runner. Darn it, what's your excuse? Get running. So thank you for doing what you do.
Well, thank you.
Thank you for doing what you do to help raise awareness, to say, get out, go. If you can do it, and to appreciate the value of the nature around us, the resources around us, these incredible trails that we have all across our country, and specifically the East Coast Greenway. And you're making me want to take a trip out east and give this trail a try.
It's right here. I'm in kind of a busy spot. But like I said, that's kind of the point. There's a lot of really beautiful trails that connect up, and then there's spots that need the work and the help. So I've got a website set up. It's eastcoastgreenwayexpedition.com, and there people can follow along. We've got our socials and contact info and donate. And if people want to come out, a lot of people come out, run with us, and give us a place to stay. That's always been nice. So where I think we were about $7,000. We're hoping to raise $10 a mile, so $30,000 if we can. So we're always looking for the help. But it's also gotten a lot of attention, and that's been, the awareness has been a really important part of this project.
Right.
And so I've been able to talk to a lot of news organizations as we go, and so hopefully it does inspire people to get out and use the trails. So you don't always have to, donate your time or money. Just go out and use it, and tell your politicians to support it. Whatever people can do to make their communities a little bit nicer and safer.
Right. Well, thank you so much again for helping all of us just become a bit more aware now. And thank you for giving me good reason to get out and get a run in this day.
Yeah, get smiles in.
Yeah. Thank you so much, and take care of you. Rock it like you do. Thank you for inspiring so many of us. Thank you, Shan.
All right, thanks, Ellie. Have a good one.